Hey Annie, it is December the 8th, I believe. Yes. No, it's not. January the 8th. Sorry about that. Figured I'd give you guys a garden tour for the first garden tour of 2024. Before I cover it up for the frost that's going to happen tonight. We were supposed to get a frost last night, but our area didn't get hit, so I didn't cover. But it's looking like it's almost for sure tonight, so let's get looking at everything before we cover her up for the cold weather. Okay, so first we've got our little volunteer celery. Why are you not focusing? There we go. Volunteer celeries from when I dried the seed. And then we have our habanero plant, which is still super happy. We don't have any ripe habaneros on here. I'm going to risk it and leave them on and hope that they're still good. I don't know. I may change my mind later and come out and harvest them all. And then we've got more celery and sage and some wild lettuce. We've got Swiss chard and some ginger. Some beans that are holding on. I never got any beans from these ones, so we'll see if we get anything from here or if they're just keeping this bed active. Malabar spinach has not gotten any bigger at all. It's starting to go to seed, so at least I'll get a little bit of seed out of it. The Tabasco pepper came back. I'll show you once we go around the other side a better view of that. And then we've got tiny little tomato that I took a runner off this tomato that is not doing so well. I think honestly it's because I had tomatoes in this bed and this tomato is 2 years old, so she's not very happy right now. But I took a runner off of that tomato and put her over there, and she's perfectly happy. Got a couple sunflowers in that bed too. And I think that's it in that bed. There might be a marigold in there too. And then we've got broccoli. Let me step a little bit closer. We've got broccoli in this bed and a snapdragon that has not done anything. Another broccoli in this bed. And I think some marigolds in this one as well. There we go. Marigold and some kind of pepper. I don't remember what I planted there. But a little pepper plant. And then we've got a marigold and a giant heirloom tomato. I don't know what variety they were. It was a store-bought tomato. And then we have our jalapeno plant that I just harvested all of the large peppers off. There's still a few little guys on there, but I harvested all the big ones off. And we'll leave the little guys to see how they do. They seem to be doing pretty good. They're nice and firm still. Another Swiss chard, another marigold, another snapdragon, more marigold, basil. This little tomato that's not done anything. I think honestly this bed needs to be repurposed. It's not doing so well. Because this tomato isn't doing well either. So I'm thinking after this winter completely rehaul it. It does well with peppers, just not tomatoes. Because this jalapeno's in there too. And then our fig. She's still got plenty of leaves on her. She's doing pretty well. Oh, I need to check these figs. Still not ready. Hopefully we get a fig. I'm not sure we will. And then we've got a couple onions. These are actually bulbs from last year. So I'm not sure if they're gonna bulb up because they never came up. And I didn't plant any onions in this bed. But I did plant onions in this bed last year. And when I took this lemongrass out, these started to grow. These 3. So hopefully we'll get some lemongrass out of that. There's some marigolds popping up. Some chamomile popping up. And another pepper. Again, I don't know what kind of pepper it is. I actually thought all of my pepper seeds died. Another volunteer celery. I think this one's just going to go straight to seed, unfortunately. And then I've got a sunflower. She looks like she's pretty happy. She's going to do well. My giant lemongrass, I took it down to like 3 little lemongrass, so it'll take a while for it to get huge again. Okay, in this bed, I've got a bunch of beans that I need to take out because they are done, and a collard green, and she is super happy. And then this bed, I did plant onions, so I've got all these onions in here, some lettuce, some sage, and some volunteer chamomile. And then let's go back over here. We've still got our eggplant that's doing well. Yes, I know there's a lot of yellowing in my garden. I am working on getting my fertilizer. It's on back order. I don't know what's going on with it, but we may have to switch. And then we've got some thyme and some marigolds and more snapdragons. Ooh, this one got really bushy. That's crazy. This one got really bushy. Nice. And then we have our cobra pepper. I took all the peppers off of it today. I'll show you what I was able to harvest out of the garden today later. And then we've got a Brussels sprout. And then let's move over to this one. We've got a couple Swiss chard and a collard green. Or is this a broccoli? Let's see. What is that? That's chard. That's chard. Oh no, the tag is gone. Okay, so it's either broccoli or collard green. I can't remember. And then my lemon tree, she's got a lot of yellow on her, unfortunately. I just took her last lemon off, but she's got flowers on her already. I'm not sure if I should take those off or leave them there. Who knows? These are all collard greens. I got 4 in here. And they're doing okay. There's some yellowing on the bottom leaves, but that's because they're old. Our chili tapine. She's still got a lot of peppers on her. I'm going to leave those on. The smaller lemongrass, that's now the big lemongrass. Some more collard greens. We've got some rosemary and cilantro and wild lettuce. That looks like more cilantro popping up right here. Our mulberry. She came back with a vengeance. And then we've got another collard green, some broccoli and garlic. These 2 beds are broccoli and garlic. So the broccoli is surrounded by garlic. It seems to be working because I normally have a hard time with aphids in my brassicas, and I don't see a single aphid. So that is definitely a plus. Let's see. And then this is the Tabasco pepper that's come back. She's still got a few peppers on her, but I don't think I'm really going to get a pepper harvest out of her. I think I'm probably going to overwinter her and see if she does better with being overwintered, because she didn't do so well last winter. And this summer was terrible. We've got sweet potato, carrots. Lots of carrots. Thai basil. I don't think this one's gonna do so well. I accidentally ripped her out from that one and planted her here, so she's not happy. And then we've got our prickly pear. Cacti, she's always happy. And we've got a potato that just came out of the dirt. We've got more Brussels sprouts and some tiny little baby sunflowers. I don't know if anything's gonna happen with those. I'm experimenting with those. We still got some kind of mystery squash. I've never gotten a squash off of it, but it's, look, we got our first female flower. Yay! How exciting. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. I just saw that. I was so excited. Sorry. Okay, we've got more rosemary, some nasturtium. Has yet to flower, but we've got lots of leaves. It's still pretty happy. It's got a little yellowing, but I think these are hollyhocks, but I'm not sure. It might be marshmallow, but I'm not 100% sure. I planted these out, and then nothing came up, and then I planted more things in them, and those things came up, and then the first things I planted came up, so I'm not 100% sure on what's in any of these. Some of it I know for sure, because it was the second planting. The first planting I don't remember, so some of it's weird, some of it's not. Let's see. And then we've got some dill. This was part of the first planting, but it's pretty obvious what that is. And then we've got some lettuce, and some more lettuce, and some kale, more Swiss chard, more nasturtium, more Swiss chard, more lettuce, calendula. These are still super happy. More kale, more lettuce, more Swiss chard. This one actually has some cilantro in there. Or, no, this isn't cilantro. That's not a cilantro seed. I think, it's kind of like cilantro, but it's not cilantro. I can't remember what it's called. Solano, maybe? I don't know. It's gonna be delicious, that's all I know. More Swiss, ooh, what is happening here? You get stuck, little leaf? Open up. More Swiss chard, more nasturtium, some more rosemary, the Thai basil. Yes, I know it's yellow. I know. We've got another sweet potato. I know that one doesn't look like it's doing a lot, but it's all up here. We've got mint. Oh, and the reason these stems are bare for a lot of it is because I've been harvesting the leaves to eat. So it's not that they're falling off. I'm eating them. This bean, I think I'm just gonna give up on it. It's not doing anything. It looked like it was coming back, but it's not. And then we've got a couple of the snapdragons. More cilantro. This one's actually cilantro. These are African daisies and more cilantro. Let's see, is that everything? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, now let's look at all the stuff I was able to get out of the garden. So far, this is my biggest harvest yet. So let's take a look. And look at all that food. I grabbed all the tomatoes that were starting to blush, and then obviously the ripe ones. All of our cobra peppers from both plants. I just separated them so I could see how much I got from each one. The chamomile, my last lemon, the habanero, or no. Yeah, habaneros, no. Jalapenos, sorry. the sage, because it's starting to flower. I took the flowers off, but I can still use those. The last eggplant, and then my one little chili tapine that was ready. I'm super excited. I got a giant bowl of food. Well, a giant bowl for me of food, and I can't wait for spring. I know winter just started, but I have a feeling this spring is going to be even better than any spring I've ever had. I'm super excited. Anyway, thanks for checking out the garden with me. Tonight I've got leaves to mulch the whole garden, and I'm going to cover the whole thing with blankets. And then we're going to hopefully survive the winter better than we did the summer. But I will hopefully see you again. Bye. Alright, you guys, I looked into it a little bit more, and it's looking like I'm going to have to end up harvesting all of the habaneros, all of the green tomatoes, and the chili beans, because it's not looking like they're going to be able to make it through the night. So, we're going to go harvest those. My elderly neighbor ended up having a really hard day that day, and after I finished helping her, I went back and finished harvesting everything. I just forgot to record it all. And it's actually the next day. I had a lot of stuff happen, so I wasn't able to edit or post a video yesterday. So I figured I'd do a little update on how the garden looks and what all I ended up actually doing and harvesting and all that good stuff. So here we are. This is the garden currently. We're just doing a real quick walkthrough because I don't have a jacket on or anything. So that's the garden right now. Okay, let's go back inside. Okay, so we did the garden tour yesterday. You'll be getting that video with this, or you've already seen the garden tour. We did the garden tour yesterday. I did a little more digging to see what all I should do and what temperature it was going to be last night, and saw that it was going to be a light freeze. So I harvested everything. All the little green tomatoes, all of my chili beans. This was all the stuff that I showed you at the end of the garden tour that I had harvested that was ready or almost ready, because these are blushing. But this is all the unripe stuff. Oh, and all the habaneros. So we're going to go through and we're going to weigh everything. And do a little garden planning for next year, because I need to keep better records. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and it's not really working. I'd like to eventually get it to the point where we barely have to get any produce from the grocery store. So, let's get started. I feel like it'd be better to do the already ripe things first. And then I'm going to see how much Melissa K. Norris who I actually really adore. I have some of her, I have an Audible book from her for organizing, and then this one, and I've watched several of her videos. So, shout out to Mica Emory. She's fucking awesome. And let's get started. So, I think we'll start with the ripe first. We've got the jalapenos. Let's do that. I want to see how much we got too. So, these jalapenos in the container. Hold on. Let me check this real quick because I know I grabbed a couple. They might be hiding underneath these habaneros. Yeah. Okay. So we are at 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Right? No, 3 ounces. 3.2 ounces. And then, let's see. We've got 1 plant, 1 to 2 plants per person. Me and my husband are the only ones that really like spicy things. We'll add more pepper plants as the kids get older because my oldest is starting to like them too. So we've got more pepper plants than we need. But we only have 1 jalapeno, 1 habanero, 1 chili tapin, 2 of the cobra peppers. We have 2 other peppers that I don't know what they are. And this says we need, for hot peppers, 1 to 2 plants per person. So I'm wondering if that's 1 to 2 plants per variety. I'm thinking it is. So I want to get another, because I know the jalapeno plant is going to survive through the winter at least. So let's see. So let's see. Jalapeno. No. Yeah, we'll do 2 plants. And I want to write down how much I got this year. I don't know if there's a section for that. Personal garden calendar. Maybe it's over here. Okay. So, jalapeno. Some of these plants is going to be really easy to write down, like when I planted them and all that, because the habanero, the jalapeno, and the lemon tree, I got those for my birthday this year. The fig tree I got for my birthday the year before. Some of the other ones are going to be a little hard to place on when I planted them, because I haven't been keeping track, which is what I want to start doing. So, jalapeno was planted 3 days after my birthday, so May 20th. 5/20. And I'll put transplant, so a T, number of plants, 1. Days to germinate, I have no idea. Days to harvest. think I harvested my first pepper off of it beginning of December. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 months. First harvest, we'll just say 12, 5. And that was 3.2 ounces. I probably got another ounce, so we'll put 4.2 ounces. 4.2 ounces. Plant again. 2 plants. Okay. 1 done. Okay. I like the setup. Put the pencil there. Now, I'm not going to keep the jalapenos in the plastic or in the paper bag because I don't want them to ripen. But I need them out of this container, so we'll go ahead and I should have just brought more of these containers over, but we'll put those there for now. Okay, now let's do, since we already know how many pepper plants they're suggesting, we'll do these ones, and the measurement's going to be a little bit off because they do have the stems on them for the chili tapines. Because when I was pulling them off the plant, because they're still like completely green, they were starting to tear the pepper, and I don't want a bunch of open peppers because I feel like that just invites bacteria inside.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to risk losing all of them while trying to save them. So I cut the stems off, so it's going to be a little bit off on the measurements, but they're so cute. 0.7 ounces. I've got one more in here. And I did nothing. So we'll go ahead and add an ounce, or a 0.1 ounce for the chilies that I picked. That had already ripened, and the ones the birds stole, because the birds stole like 6 of these stupid peppers because they look like little berries. And we've got 1 plant. They suggest 2 plants. These are strictly for my husband, so we're just going to do 1 plant of them because he doesn't use them very often. And that plant has already survived. It survived the summer and last winter. No, it hadn't sprouted last winter. It took forever for that thing to sprout. So let's see. Chili. And I planted that. I say March. And then I planted 1 plant. Took 2 months to germinate, so we'll say May. yeah. Oh, days to germinate, so 60. And then days to harvest. We're just really starting to get into the harvest, so we'll say December again. 240. The problem is, so normally it wouldn't take so long for you to get a harvest, but because of where my garden is and having no other options, it doesn't get enough sun, and it's extremely hot in the summertime because it's surrounded by concrete and stucco. So in the summertime it gets stunted, in the wintertime it gets stunted. It's just a whole lot of stunting. I'm hoping that me struggling through gardening in this location will make my garden super thriving when I have a proper garden that gets enough sun, it gets enough water, it gets enough cool air. It's not completely surrounded by concrete and asphalt and rocks. It's not ideal. But I have the little garden in the backyard that does do better, but there's a spider issue in the backyard, which makes me not want to garden back there. I gardened a little bit back there last year, but then the backyard became infested with ants and spiders, and I stopped. And I sound like a big old baby. It wasn't just daddy long legs. There were black widows in there, and there was black ants and fire ants. It was bad. It was really bad. And normally I like to practice like an organic garden where I don't go in and kill pests, but I didn't really have a choice. Like, I couldn't water the garden without being attacked by ants, so I had to get rid of those. I couldn't get to certain parts of my gardens because certain parts of my garden, like the compost bin, because of black widows, so I had to get rid of those. And then I got super sick and all my plants died. So this coming up spring, I might do a little bit back there this winter, like some radish or carrots, but I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot back there this season. I'm probably just going to start up again in the spring and expand, because I don't have, on top of not wanting to get attacked by bugs, I don't have enough sheets to protect both my front and back garden during the winter time. So I can't really put forever plants back in the backyard. And since they also won't get the right amount of sun because there's a tree above it, they're also going to be stunted. Like, I don't have an ideal planting area. The backyard does better because it's not as hot, but it's still not ideal. I can't wait to move. Anyway. We'll say first harvest was December. I got 0.8 ounces. Plant again. We'll do one plant. Okay. So that's done. We'll just go ahead and put these back in here. Excuse me. Alright, let's do the habaneros next. Okay. And we're going to have to do the tomatoes in batches because there are so many. And I'm going to try and ripen them as as many as I can, because I can't think of a lot of uses for green cherry tomatoes, besides maybe like a green salsa. Okay, is that all of it? It looks like it. Right, we are at 3.2 ounces. It seems to be a recurring number. And I have not harvested any of these, so I don't need to add any amount to it. So, day planted, also 520. Number of plants, 1. Days to germinate, I have no idea. 240 days, no, it's more.
Oh, that's already done.
270. First harvest, 1.8. And it is 3.2 ounces. And we'll do 2 plants of those. Okay. And I do want these to ripen, so we'll keep these in the bag. I grabbed these lunch bags years ago because of school field trips, and I never realized how much I was going to use in the garden. Alright. We're not going to weigh out our lemon. That's ridiculous, because once the tree gets bigger, it's going to just produce more and more and more and more. Got our last lemon. We only need 1 lemon tree. So, lemon. Not planted. I forgot to put seed and transplant. Okay, so not planted. It's still in the container it came in. Number of plants, 1. Days to germinate, I have no idea. Days to harvest, we'll just say December, because that's when it's citrus season in Arizona. We won't put a harvest. We won't put a yield. And we'll do 1 plant, because it's going to get giant. Lemon trees do so well out here. Oh no, I missed the jalapeno. 0.3. So 4.5, so 4.5 ounces. Nice. Okay. Let's do the cobra peppers now. Let's get the peppers done. Okay. So first I want to see how many we got from each plant. So I got 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 from 1 29.
Oh my god. 35. And I know I've harvested at least 6 more from that plant, so we'll say 41. So 29 from one plant and 41 from the other plant. Nice. And we are at 1.4 ounces. There's probably only 0.2 more ounces, so 1.6 ounces. 1.6 ounces. 2 plants. And then let's Cobra. Date planted, I have no idea. 2023. Number of plants, 2. Days of germination, no idea. Next plant. Days of harvest, also no idea. First harvest, I have no idea. Okay. Cobra peppers do not need to ripen. But I don't have any other places to put them. We'll wear one little eggplant. I haven't weighed any of the eggplants. My family doesn't really like eggplants. I just wanted to see how much it weighed. 1.3 ounces. Very cute, very cute. Okay. Let's do... I'm not going to weigh the herbs because it feels like a waste of time. There's some sage flowers and some chamomile flowers. They may not even show up with how little I have. So let's do the ripe tomatoes. Or the mostly ripe tomatoes anyway. Oh, I missed the clover pepper. So 30. 4.7 ounces. 12.7. Ounces. And this is the Sweet 100. Okay, so Sweet 100 for tomatoes. She recommends 5 plants per person. We've got 1, 2, 3, probably, we'll count only 2. We've got 2 tomatoes, because there's 2 different varieties. And I think I'm actually going to tear out all the tomatoes from that grow bag with the 3 sections, because they're just not doing well in there. They did really well last year, but this year they got some kind of disease, so I think I'm gonna repurpose that bed. So I have 2 other tomato plants. I need to plant more tomatoes this month. I hate growing tomatoes. Maybe there'll be tomatoes at the farmer's market. There's one little plant stand that I go to at the farmer's market. Maybe he'll have tomatoes for the spring. But I'm gonna try and grow some more of my own, even though I hate transplanting. I fucking hate it. I can't do it. It doesn't work. I don't know what I'm doing. So we have 2 tomatoes. We have 4 people in the house that like tomatoes, so it's 20 tomato plants. That's not gonna happen. Maybe we'll do, we only need 1 of these, the Sweet 100s, because I've been pulling tomatoes all year. Look at that. Well, not all year, but for a majority of this year, I've had tomatoes. They may have been these little guys, but I've had tomatoes. So we'll do 1 of these. We've got the 1 plant that's going to have giant tomatoes on it for our sandwiches. We need a sauce tomato. So we'll do probably 1 more of those big ones, which is good because I have seeds for those right now. So 1 more of those big ones, and then I might do 10 tomato plants. That's so much. But if I do that, I might be able to have enough sauce to never have to buy spaghetti sauce next year. Maybe that'll be our goal. Is get a year's worth of sauce. Can put away. Maybe I'll save the year worth of anything until I have a better garden, because my sauce tomatoes didn't do anything last time I had sauce tomatoes. So 1 of these, 2 of the big ones. We'll do 3 different sauce varieties. So like a Marzano, aroma, and I think a plum is a sauce variety. And we'll do 2 of each. So 6, 7, 8, 9 tomato plants. Maybe one other tomato plant. So we'll do 10 tomato plants instead of 5 per, because the only people that like to eat a lot of tomatoes is me, my husband, and my son. So that's only 3 people. It'd still be 15, but that's just, I can't, that being my whole garden. My whole garden would be just tomatoes, and I need more than just tomato. So, we're gonna do 10 plants. Just still so many fucking tomatoes. So many. So we'll do one of these. You know, we'll do 2 of the sweet 100s. 2 of the sweet 100s, because even if I don't eat them all fresh like this, we can use them in sauces too. It'll be a looser sauce, we'll have to cook it down more, but we could still use them in sauce. So we'll do 2 plants of the sweet 100s. We've already got one, and once that one has runners, I'll propagate one. Bless you. And then we'll do heirloom, because I don't know what the name of those are. 2 plants. And then we'll do plum, Roma, and Marcella. Okay. 2 plants. Okay. Now that we've got that planned out, we need to get these ripe tomatoes out of the way. I'm going to throw those on the ground, I just know it. So we're going to move that. Let's get these in a bag. Now, let's start. Oh, we gotta strip all the stems off these tomatoes. So let's put this down. rubber. I doubt it's going to weigh anything, but zero. All right. Zero it out. Get bag. £1. £1. Tops fell off. $5.4. So a pound, 2.1 ounces. are at 3 pounds and 2.1 ounces of tomatoes from one plant. And that's just what I harvested today. I've been harvesting one of these every other week. And that's about a pound. Or like half. Well, let's be realistic. So like 12 ounces every other week of what's been ripening for the past 2 months. So we're probably looking at 6-7 pounds of tomatoes per plant. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. We'll just put our final harvest at and then I'll write under final harvest. Only. Okay. And that is the whole harvest. We got it all processed. Well, processed. I still gotta wash it all, dry it all, put the unripe stuff in bags, back in the bags. And okay, so that's mostly harvest. Still gotta wash them, dry them, put them back in bags to ripen. Well, the unripe ones to ripen. I'm probably gonna do more bags for the ones that have a whole pound of tomato in them. Probably cut them in half, just so there's less chance of having a whole pound of tomatoes rot. And that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for hanging out.